So students, here we can say how acid and base how strong acid और बेस द सोल्यूशन आर. ठीक है, कोई भी एसिड या बेस सोल्यूशन कितना स्ट्रॉन्ग है और कितना वीक है हम इसमें देख सकते हैं. तो देखिए इस पर हम क्या समझ सकते हैं कि देखो कोई भी एसिड और बेस सोल्यूशन जो है वो मोस्टली किस पे डिपेंड करता है, डिपेंड ऑन द पीएच पे डिपेंड करता है. पीएच पे कैसे डिपेंड करता है, पीएच जो हमारा होता है उसका फॉर्मूला होता है -log H+. ठीक है, -log H+ मतलब H+ आयन का कंसनट्रेशन. तो जितना H+ आयन का कंसनट्रेशन रहेगा उतना उसका पीएच होगा, और जितना उस सब्सटेंस का पीएच होगा उतना ही ज़्यादा वो एसिडिक होगा. ठीक है, इसी तरह से अगर हम बेसिक सोल्यूशन की बात करें तो बेसिक सोल्यूशन मिलेंगे POH आपका क्या होता है कि हाइड्रोक्साइड आयन जो होते हैं OH- आयन का कंसनट्रेशन होता है. तो जितना ज़्यादा आपका OH- आयन का कंसनट्रेशन होगा उतना ही ज़्यादा आपका जो POH होगा. ठीक है, तो उतना ही स्ट्रॉन्ग आपका बेस होगा. तो जितना ज़्यादा H+ कंसनट्रेशन उतना ज़्यादा आपका pH होगा, एसिडिक होगा सोल्यूशन, और जितना ज़्यादा POH होगा मतलब OH- कंसनट्रेशन होगा उतना ही ज़्यादा आपका POH होगा. ठीक है, मतलब बेस होगा, उतना ही स्ट्रॉन्ग बेस होगा आपका. Here we can see there is a pH scale, and in this particular figure figure number 2.6 we can see that on the left side the H+ ion concentration is increasing, on right side OH- ion concentration is increasing. So this diagram is very important, and ये diagram जो है हर बार एग्ज़ाम्स में आते हैं. ठीक है, आफ्टर दैट वी कैन सी द पीएच स्केल ये है. इट कंसिस्ट ऑफ डिफरेंट कलर्स. इसमें डिफरेंट कलर्स दिखाए गए हैं, और जो डिफरेंट कलर्स हैं बेटा इसमें क्या है कि डिफरेंट टाइप्स के कलर्स हैं. जब हम लिटमस पेपर पीएच पेपर लेते हैं, और पीएच पेपर को हम क्या करेंगे, एसिड या बेसिक सॉल्यूशन में डिप करेंगे. जब हम पीएच पेपर को एसिडिक या बेसिक सॉल्यूशन में डिप करेंगे तो इट विल शो द चेंज इन कलर. जब वो चेंज इन कलर शो करेगा तो पर्टिकुलर उस पीएच पेपर को जब हम इस पर्टिकुलर पीएच स्केल से मैच करेंगे तो जो कलर जो उस पीएच पेपर का कलर होगा जो इससे मैच करेगा, उसे हम ये कह सकते हैं कि द पर्टिकुलर सब्सटेंस या जो पर्टिकुलर कंपाउंड हमने लिया है वो एसिडिक है या बेसिक है. नाउ पीएच इन एवरीडे लाइफ की बात करें तो पीएच जो है वो हमारी एवरीडे लाइफ में इट प्लेज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट रोल. जस्ट फॉर एग्जांपल, आर द प्लांट्स एंड एनिमल्स आर पीएच सेंसिटिव. क्या प्लांट्स और एनिमल पीएच सेंसिटिव होते हैं? तो वी कैन से यस, द प्लांट्स एंड एनिमल्स आर पीएच सेंसिटिव. कैसे हम इसको कह सकते हैं कि प्लांट्स एंड एनिमल्स जो होते हैं वो पीएच सेंसिटिव होते हैं? फॉर एग्जाम्पल वी कैन टेक द एग्जाम्पल ऑफ एसिड रेन. जस्ट फॉर एग्जाम्पल the oil refineries or the harmful gases such as SO2 and NO2 which are present in the atmosphere, sulfur dioxide or sulfur trioxide which are present in atmosphere, it when mixed with water or when react with water it form a sulfuric acid or nitric acid. Then this acid will mix with water and comes down in the form of acid rain. Now this acid rain will goes into the river or the ocean and causing the damage to the aquatic life. Hence we can say that the pH the plants or the animals which are present in that river or the pond or the sea will affect by this water, and their life may be in danger. So that we can say the plants and animals are pH sensitive. Now the second is the pH in our pH in our soil backyard. As we can see that our plants also need a particular pH for the growth. If they will not get the particular pH for the growth, or the pH will be slightly, if it is slightly if the pH will change, means due to the acid rain, when the acid rain goes inside the soil it will absorb the water, and then the pH of that soil will change. And when the pH of that soil will change, then what will happen, the plants which is growing, it will affect the growth of that plant. Maybe the plant will dry, or maybe the plant will not grow properly as in the manner in which the plant is growing. So we can say here that our soil is also the pH sensitive, means it is sensitive of pH, means if the pH is increased or decreased, then it will affect the growth of particular plants. Then we can say the pH in our digestive system. pH in digestive system, we can say that our HCl contain the hydrochloric acid, and hydrochloric acid is present in HCl to activate certain enzymes which is present in our stomach. So we can say here, we can say that these enzymes, all these enzymes which are present in our stomach is only activated in the presence of HCl. So if HCl will not be there, then maybe it can happen that our food will not digest properly. So for the digestion of proper food we need HCl, but sometime what will happen, due to this HCl, the H plus ion concentration in our stomach increases gradually, and then what happen, this H plus ion will increase and it will create the acidity that will cause the pain and irritation in the stomach. So in that case we have to take a base और द एंटासिड जो कि क्या करेगा, विच न्यूट्रलाइज द पीएच ऑफ द स्टमक एंड गिव रिलीफ टू द पेशेंट. सो हेयर इन आर डाइजेस्टिव सिस्टम HCl is released, and HCl activates certain enzymes, but sometimes what happen, when the level of HCl will increase, then H plus ion concentration will increase and it will cause the pain and irritation, and due to that the patient will feel uncomfortable. So in that case we have to give the base in the form of just like the sodium bicarbonate, that is baking soda. If we will give the baking soda or ENO, the particular persons are using the ENO, so ENO is also a base. So by giving the base we can neutralize the particular reaction. Now this next one is the pH in ours. pH can cause the tooth decay. तो इसमें हम क्या समझ सकते हैं कि how the pH can cause the tooth decay. pH जो है हमारा tooth decay कैसे cause कर सकता है. In this we can say that just our mouth has the pH of 5.5. Okay, the pH of our mouth is 5.5. Suppose we have eaten the food at night and we have not brushed our teeth, then what will happen after certain time, that there is a growth of bacteria in our teeth, and then what will happen, the growth of bacteria will there and they will release the acid in our tooth. And as we know, acid are very corrosive in nature, as we have studied the physical properties of acid, and acid are very corrosive in nature. Hence we can say that the growth of bacteria will enhance the growth of acid. They will release the more acid in our teeth. So what will happen, there is a outermost layer in the teeth which is called enamel. The enamel will get corroded. enamel जो है वो हमारा corrode होना शुरू हो जाएगा, and in this manner our teeth will become so much weak before the time. So what will happen, we have to also use the base to neutralize the particular reaction, neutralize the particular acid which is releasing from bacteria in our tooth. So while using the toothpaste, what we use in the toothpaste, there is a base that is in the form of calcium carbonate is present. We use that base, and with the help of that base, what happened, the acid is neutralized, which is released by the bacteria. Now here we can say the pH is also necessary for our tooth. Just the pH of our mouth is slightly acidic, that is 5.5. Similar way में the self-defense by animals and plant through the chemical welfare. Here we can say how the, just for example, the sting, that is the bee sting, when for self-defense it use the it contains the pH in salivary gland, and when it bite, then what will happen, that that acid goes inside our body. That is the methanoic acid. Methanoic acid is present inside there. That is also the antacid. We can say that the acid which is present in that sting, that bee sting, is methanoic acid, and by using some certain antacid we can neutralize the particular reaction. What will happen when the bee sting bite at the particular place of the body? What will happen, there is a hormone which is secreted by the cell, that is called the histamine. The histamine is secreted by our cells, by our blood cells. What happened, when the histamine is secreted at the particular place, there will be the redness, there will be the pain, pain, and the swelling, will stop the spreading of that particular methanoic acid in our whole body. That is why, this is the reason why the histamine is produced, and hence here we can use some base such as baking soda to neutralize the particular reaction. Here we can say the certain acid are there which are there are the certain natural source which also produce the acid and which are very important for us. Just like vinegar produce acidic acid, orange citric acid, tamarind tartaric acid, tomato oxalic acid, sour milk that produce the lactic acid, lemon is citric acid, ant sting and nettle sting both contain the methanoic acid. Got it? Now more about the salts. If you all talk about the salt family, we know that when the acid will react with the base, it will form the salt. So this reaction is called the neutralization reaction. Means when acid react with the base, it forms the salt and water, and the salt is, here we will study about the some families of the salt. There are the different families of salt. Now one by one we will discuss discuss the each of the salt. Now the first salt is that NaCl. NaCl is also called the first salt we will study that is the NaCl. NaCl is the common salt, that is sodium chloride. It is also called the table salt because when we serve our food we have to use the salt on the table. That's why it's also called the table salt. What is the different source through which we can get these common salts? So we can say the most common method to get these salt is the that is evaporation. By evaporation method we can get the common salt, that is the sodium chloride. What we will do, we dig normal portions around the sea area. We dig a normal portions, just there around the sea area. And what happen when the sea water comes around in that particular portion in which we have make particular portions in which we have make, the water get settled in that particular area, and after some time the water will evaporate, and the salt will remain. The salt which is present in the sea water will remain at that particular portion or the particular area which we have prepared for the water to settle down. Some more important methods are there, some other important methods are there through which we can take the which can extract the common salt NaCl. Mostly the method is used the evaporation method. This is the most common method and this is the most common salt. Now the second is the sodium hydroxide, that is the sodium hydroxide. How we can get the sodium hydroxide? We can get the sodium hydroxide by with the help of a brine solution. What is the brine solution? Brine solution is a solution which contain mostly sodium chloride plus water. When the solution of sodium chloride and water is mixed with each other, then the solution is called the brine water. And when this brine water is, we have to take a jar, and in that jar we have to take the two things. One is cathode and one is anode, and in that cathode and anode there is a we have to put that NaCl, that is the brine solution. What will happen? The solution contain NaCl plus H2, that is the brine solution. It will break into ion, and the ions will be Na plus, Cl minus, OH minus, and H plus. Then what will happen after a certain time? In this figure just you can see the anode and cathode. On anode the Cl minus will get settled, and on cathode the H plus ion will get settled. Now in the reaction there will be remaining NaOH, and they will combine with each other to form the sodium hydroxide. And from one, that is from cathode, the H2 gas release, from anode the Cl2 gas release. The function of the Cl2 is also used in such as water treatment, swimming pool, PVC disinfectant. In similar way the function of the H2 will be fuel, marine, ammonia for the fertilizers. And this Cl2 is also used in for the bleaching of the water for making the bleaching powder. Okay class.